Quick one before we get started. I'm hosting a CEO bootcamp on April 16th. Click the link in the show note and join us. It's 1 hour. It's me and Shaan Puri. We're going to go over delegation. We're going to go over hiring. We're going to go over planning, and we're going to go over the things you need to be doing to grow your business. Don't miss it. Link in the show note, April 16th, CEO bootcamp. It is free.
Hey, this is Frank from New York. On your Businesses I Hate page, you seem to talk down on tech startups. At the bottom of that page, there's a disclaimer stating that you think tech people have a huge advantage over other startups. Can you please elaborate on this some more? I'm a former software engineer turned electrical engineer with an architecture firm. And before you ask, no, I did not go back to school for that. At one point, I also held my real estate license, but life circumstances forced me to let it lapse. I've clearly got talent tugging in different directions. I know a little about selling real estate, a little about building it, and a good deal about software and tech. So what's the beef with tech? Thanks.
Frank, thanks for calling in. If you're listening, Frank is referring to a page on my website called Businesses I Hate. If you go to sweatystartup.com, you click on the link, or you can just go to sweatystartup.com/businesses-I-love or businesses-I-hate. The businesses I love are service businesses, the sweaty kind, the not sexy kind. The businesses I hate are hobby projects and tech. What is the beef with tech? And to be honest with you, I don't have a true beef with tech. Technology has changed my life. Twitter has allowed me to access investors, good friends, make money, and it's opened a ton of doors for me. My company is also wildly disruptive from a technology standpoint. The self-storage business, there's very, very few operators in this entire country with remote staff in the Philippines. I can't think of any companies that operate over 1 million square feet of storage with a fully remote staff. And our tech stack is great. Our management software is great. We utilize Salesforce, RingCentral, Jobber, a ton of amazing technology offerings. I mean, every single one of our 40 employees does their jobs from their computers. But why do I hate technology as a startup space? And it's the odds. It's competition. I've been competing against very selective groups of people my entire life. From when I got into the decathlon because nobody did it and I knew I could go to college for it, to when I started our first company. If you pick and choose who you're competing with, I think that is half the battle of entrepreneurship. If you compete with people who don't know how to send emails and use fax machines, but make a lot of profit, that to me is a little bit easier than competing with Stanford grads, brilliant software engineers, and the like. Now, it's an amazing time to be a software engineer. You can make $300,000-$400,000 easy from these publicly traded companies. Now, tech is under fire now. The next 6 to 12 months are going to be very difficult, but there's a massive shortage of software engineers. There's not enough to do what the world needs to happen. Just like lawyers, just like plumbers, just like doctors. If you're in one of these fields, you will never hunt for work, ever. But why do I hate it as a real startup idea or a path to go after as an entrepreneur? And it's the odds. How many tech startups really make it? How many new ideas really make it? How many app developers or, new social media platforms really make it? Not that many. Most of them fail. When I was in college at Cornell, I took an entrepreneurship class. There were 25 students in the class. 24 of them had technology ideas, new apps, new software, new things that they wanted to do. Now, not all of these people were my best friends. I don't know where they all are. I'm sure many of them are doing great things. It was an incredibly brilliant group of people. But I know that I have been very successful. And I know that most of them went and got jobs. I just think when you mix things that are sexy and respectable and in general fun, engineering software is very fun. A lot of people do it for fun. Nobody cleans toilets for fun. Nobody does plumbing for fun. Nobody hauls away garbage or mows lawns for fun. So when you take away that hobbyist aspect, you're left with people who do it for the money. And when you're competing against people who do it for the money, well, you don't have all those dreamers. You don't have all those people making emotional decisions. You don't have all those people in this field doing this business because they want to be there. You have a more rational market. And frankly, there's a shortage of people doing not fun things today. Technology's fun. Software's fun. There's a real shortage of people willing to do the stuff that's not fun. That's why plumbers make more than most people with liberal arts degrees. That's why carpenters and electricians and HVAC and all these different trades, and generally service businesses as well, cleaners, power washers, car detailers. That's why so many of them make such good money. So it's not that I hate technology. It's that I would not send a brilliant person down that path. It's like being decent at basketball. I'm an average person. I'm decent at basketball, and I'm going to go compete against LeBron James. I'm going to compete against the Harvard, the MIT, and the Stanford graduates. I'm going to compete against venture capital. I'm going to compete against all these things that make entrepreneurship so sexy. When you think about entrepreneurship, you think of Shark Tank. You think of TechCrunch. You think of new business ideas. You think of all this innovation. In reality, most people need to simplify the way they think. I sat and judged a pitch competition at UGA 6 months ago, and all I could think of during every single pitch was simplify it. Why are you trying to change everything? Not only did they want to do one little thing different, they wanted to revolutionize something. Totally new idea, totally new business. They wanted to raise money and go try something new. Look, the world has been around a long time. People are making money right now, a lot of money, doing very simple things that people already do. So as an entrepreneur, why in the heck would you try to start a new business doing something brand new? It's because of the glory. It's because of the billions of dollars that we hear about Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and all these people creating from nothing. You hear about raising the money. You hear about the lure of entrepreneurship and this new idea. Guess what? When I started my first business, I went home for Thanksgiving and told my grandmother about it. She just nodded. Oh, that's not very new. That's not very cool. But guess what? Here I am. All the people who went home with new ideas and they wanted to start this new platform, this new community, this new app, this new software. Guess where they are right now? They have jobs. So it's all about choosing your competition. You can choose as a basketball player, a mediocre basketball player. And I'm just an average dude. I'm just an average entrepreneur. I could choose to go compete with Michael Jordan and LeBron James in the NBA, or I could walk over here and look the other way, where none of the really smart people are, and I can compete against my 2-year-old nephew and make layup after layup and do simple things. So when I was at this pitch competition, all I wanted to do was stand up and scream, keep it simple. Why are you changing so much? All you have to do is answer the phone and do what you say you're going to do in half these businesses out there that already exist and make a boatload of money. See, look, innovation is really sexy. People talk about innovation. People talk about new ideas. And it's all really fun. It gets articles written about you. You can be in, Forbes 30 under 30. But guess what? The way to make real money is to copy other people. Look at these good businesses that are great businesses that all of a sudden don't have amazing founders. They don't have incredible new innovative technology, but they make really good money by doing something simple, just a little bit better. When we started our business, all we did was look at the 20 companies out there already doing it. And we built a Frankenstein business. We pick and we chose different things from different companies and we made them our own. And we built a business that was the same service, same exact way that many things no brand new ideas. But we did just a couple things a little bit better and we got our slice of the pie. So when you look at that businesses I love list, you see businesses that people aren't drawn to. Nobody thinks it's fun. And that's another huge beef that I have with entrepreneurship culture today. Everybody says follow your heart. Everybody says find something you're passionate about. Everybody says do what you love. So what you have is a bunch of entrepreneurs running around with their hand out, being very selfish, saying me, 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 me. The entrepreneurs that make money run around and think about customers. They don't think about themselves and what they want and what they want to do and how much money they want to make and where they want to live and what they want their lifestyle to be and what they want to be doing. That's selfish entrepreneurship. They think about customers. And what does the customer need? What can I do here to serve this person? So the way to make real money is not to do what you want to do. The way to make real money is to get excited about business, to get excited about the unsexy stuff, and to find a way to carve out just a little piece of the pie, doing something that's not about you. And guess what? A newsflash. Something that people don't even understand when they think about entrepreneurship and doing what they love. Every entrepreneur with a successful business does the same thing. Whether it's me, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, whoever. And it's ridiculous for me to compare myself to those people. But listen, everybody in your town who makes $1 million a year through entrepreneurship, they all do the same thing. They hire people. They manage people. They build systems. They fire people, and they sell. That's it. Nobody makes $1 million on a lawnmower. Nobody makes $1 million because they love playing piano, teaching it, right? All these things that people love doing and they want to start a business around it, they're missing the point. They're being selfish entrepreneurs, and the market doesn't give a crap about you. Capitalism, and where people vote with their dollars every single day, no, it doesn't care about you. It's a brutal, brutal, brutal system. So you can elect to do what you want to do, and you can chase all those sexy ventures on my businesses I hate list, or you can look at the market unemotionally, unattached, and you can chase something with the best opportunity for success. You should being an entrepreneur should be like playing poker. I have a stack of chips and I'm playing the odds. The stack of chips is your time and energy. Where can I put this stack of chips with the best odds of success? Okay, this service business over here, not sexy service business, that is pretty low risk and pretty low reward. Over here on the other side, the tech startups, this is pretty high risk and high reward. So why would you put so much time and energy on that 1 in 100 shot when you can go over here on that 1 in 100 shot to quadruple your money and make $1 billion? When you can put your chips over here on the other side of the table on these service businesses and take very little risk and very little time, you can figure out if you're going to be profitable. You don't need to build anything new. You don't need to educate a market. You can put your energy over here and you can make money on day one. And if it's not working, you can pull your chips back and go somewhere else and do something else. And if it works, you might just win a couple more chips. Win a couple more chips. And win a couple more chips. And of course, you're not going to be a billionaire, but 5 years in, you might just have $500,000 in the bank you can go build a storage facility with, like I did. Then you can go make some real money. So all these entrepreneurs are over here playing roulette and gambling and gambling and gambling and gambling, and they're wasting their time and energy. Because we hear about Mark Zuckerberg, we hear about Elon Musk, we don't hear about the 99 out of 100 people who fail, who can't even raise the money, who nobody buys their app, nobody wants what they have to offer. They're not truly finding a need. They maybe don't have enough money to chase down and educate a market, and they find themselves with nothing. They gambled all their time and energy away on something that didn't work. But over here, you have somebody whose stack is just slowly getting bigger. And what you need to understand about business is that it's about momentum. It's about time and energy together for a while. Because nobody gets rich in a day. It takes 10 years or 5 years to really get to a point where you can do incredible things. Entrepreneurs want to change the world. Entrepreneurs say, oh, this is my mission. I want to do this. I want to change the world. Guess what's the best way to change the world? Make some money. Get a network. Build a skill of building organizations and managing people and building companies. You can do that over here on the left. You can't do that over there on the right if you just fail and fail and fail and fail and you never get that Rolodex. Because a network is a funny thing. The better you are and the more money you make and the more value you can add to people's lives, the more your network expands. But if you never have that hit, you never have that big win, you've never proven yourself, you've never made any money, you don't have any ability to hire and train and manage, and you don't have any experience doing any of that, and more importantly, you can't add value to people's lives, your network stays the same size. So the best decision I ever made was chasing a not sexy, not innovative, not tech-forward business. Because I made a little bit of money, I learned a ton about hiring, firing, managing, building processes, and selling, which, as I said, is the only thing every single entrepreneur does. I learned all of it, and now here I am. So I hope that answers your question. Of course, I don't hate technology. And of course, there are some people who should not listen to my advice. This is not for everybody. But I'll tell you, if somebody that I loved came to me and said, Nick, I want to start a business. Should I try to start a tech business? Or should I go over here and start an agency, a development company, a service business? What would you do? I'd tell them this every single time. And I know in my heart that it's right for most people. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sending in the question. If you would like to ask a question, just like Frank did, please record it on your voice memos and email it to me with a little bit of information on it and in text, and send it to my email, nick@sweatystartup.com. Thank you guys for listening, and have a great day. Hey guys, I have big news. I recently revamped my sales and customer service team at my self-storage company using folks in South Africa. Listen to this English accent.
Hi there, my name is Anton and I'm a sales professional from Gqeberha or Port Elizabeth, which is in the eastern province of South Africa. I've been in sales for about 8 years now with experience in hardware sales with some of the leading brands in the world, such as Canon, Panasonic, and more recently Red Bull.
Okay, now the surprising part. The person you just listened to is available for hire right now, and they're asking $9 an hour. If you want an introduction, if you want to hire this person into your business or at least interview them, send me an email, nick@sweatystartup.com, and I can make an introduction and offer you $1,000 off the recruiting fee. nick@sweatystartup.com.